everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Sharon and this is a channel that is dedicated to all things related to narcissism. I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on all types of topics related to narcissism. So if you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos. I would really appreciate it if you gave the video a thumbs up. It's a free way you can help me out. And definitely don't forget to leave a comment because I like to read what you have to say. Truly. Only God can help you through a divorce from a narcissist. God and maybe YouTube. If you're going through a divorce from a narcissist or even just thinking about it, get ready. Now, that isn't to say that you shouldn't do it. You must. You have to. But you will see a scared and cornered beast hell-bent on destroying you. In Wednesday's video, I told you about some interaction I've been having with my ex. He's been silent for 6 weeks, and then he suddenly reared his ugly head, and it got ugly quick. Now, in today's video, I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on from the narcissist point of view and how you can handle it. It's very difficult when you're dealing with a narcissist and they have flying monkeys on their side and they're lying about you, smearing you, and you feel helpless. Like your instinct is you want to just tell them the truth and talk to them and talk some sense into them, but that never works. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that in today's video. Just going to give you a little bit of a recap. So for those of you that don't know, I've been separated from my narcissist for 2 years, but I officially left him in December when I left the state with my kids. I abandoned the house and just left. I had to. My ex has been diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder and psychotic. He's dangerous. He's been scaring my kids and I. Since we've been separated, there's been so many things he's been doing. He's been caught outside of my house with a loaded gun. Now, on this night, I actually believe that my kids and I were in real danger. He was at the house, outside the house, with a loaded gun with multiple clips, passed out drunk in his car. Now, somebody saw him, called the police, and they shipped him off to a mental hospital. They were under the impression that he was going to hurt himself. I do not believe that. I never believed that. He never said it. It was just an assumption that he was happy to let them believe. I believe that my ex got in his car, had all those had the gun with all those bullets. I can't remember now. He either had 30 or 40. I think he was gaining the courage to come into the house and shoot us. I don't know that, but that's what I believe. I believe that that is at the very least a possibility. This is something he really did. He has broken into the house. He tried to get me arrested for something he did. He hurt himself and he blamed me and he was trying to get me arrested for domestic violence. And this is the thing, I'm actually trying to talk Joe into doing a video this weekend or at least soon about this. I know, now there's a big size difference between my ex and I. He's much, much bigger than me. I'm particularly small. He's particularly large. So the night that this happened, he was banging his head repeatedly against a wall till like blood was coming down. He looked horrible. I was really frightened and I called the police. And when the police came, he told them I did it. He told them, this is a huge mistake he made. He told them that I picked him up and threw him into a wall repeatedly. And the thing is, he didn't say this, but it had to be what had happened if this was true, that I did it with one hand because I was talking to 911 on the phone. So I had the phone in one hand. And while I was talking to 911, he was screaming in the background, she's hurting me right now. Ow, ow, please stop it. I mean, this is what he's doing. I mean, it was absurd. And when the police came over, here's this big guy. Like I weigh 95 pounds. My ex weighs 300 pounds. So here he is trying to say that I lifted him up with one hand and repeatedly smashed him into a wall. There is no chance that I could do that even if I wanted to. There just isn't. So it was absurd. Nobody believed him. However, that didn't stop the Child Protective Services from coming to my house. There was an abuse allegation. They had to investigate. So this is something that my ex did. He let his kids be interviewed by CPS on a lie. He gave my kids PTSD. My daughter was woken up by my son, I don't know how he slept through this, but the police woke us up in the middle of the night when we had the gun incident. My daughter has really bad PTSD. My son isn't the same person that he was, and I'm watching my children suffer. And like any of you, anybody who's a good parent, I mean, you're going to do what you can for your children. I couldn't let my kids suffer. They weren't living a life. They were in fear. Anytime they saw a car that looked like their father's, they got afraid. It was getting worse and worse. And my ex was, this is the thing too. He was trying to financially harm my family too. He was trying to make me homeless. I was not in a good position. I didn't have a choice but to leave, is really how it was. I did it for my kids. I don't regret it. I would do it again. But now I'm being punished for, I'm trying, my ex and his family, his flying monkeys, are trying to punish me. And they actually have my own parents roped into this as well. So my ex, I haven't heard from him for 6 weeks. When I left, I told him I left the state. And after I left the state, 2 days later, I told him where I was exactly. Well, I say exactly. I told him the name of the town and the state that I'm in. I didn't tell him my street address just for safety reasons. But he doesn't know where I am. But he's pretending he doesn't. Now, I posted something on YouTube, on Instagram, and his mother saw it. The next day, he started causing me trouble. And now he's pretending. And this is the thing. A narcissist wants to hurt you. Make no mistake about it. It's all about you. They don't care about anybody else. They'll use whatever they can. And if you have kids, be prepared. They're going to use your children. They'll use whatever they have to do to hurt you. When you're a loving parent, you'll do anything for your child. Just like I left the state of New Hampshire, I did that for my kids. Many of you would do the exact same thing. I know that. I didn't do anything that is special. I did what anybody would do who loved their kids. But when you're talking about a narcissist, they don't love their kids, and they will do anything to hurt you. Nobody leaves a narcissist and gets away with it. You must be punished. Now, my ex has his flying monkeys. He's doing a smear campaign on me. He has completely rewritten history. When you're dealing with a narcissist, they cannot self-reflect. Honesty does not exist. There's no ownership of anything. There's a complete lack of accountability. They pretend that something is happening that isn't happening. So my ex actually implied that possibly this, he didn't say this, but this was the implication I got from his email, his first email, that somehow I might have really harmed my children. Like he doesn't know if they're okay, that I've hidden them away from everybody. Now that's not true. They're in contact with everybody. The only people my kids are in contact with are him, his parents, and my parents. And that's because they're all together against me. And it's not okay. Like my kids and I escaped abuse. We're not going to live this pretend life where, I should go back to New Hampshire and bring my kids back to see their father who hasn't seen them in years. I mean, this is somebody who doesn't acknowledge his own children. He hasn't seen them in years. It's been about 2 years since he last saw them. But even prior to that, he had a very limited relationship with them. He wasn't attached to them. He didn't care. My kids are afraid of him, but he's suddenly pretending that he's this wonderful person. So he's rewritten history. He's pretending that he doesn't know where they are, that I never told him. And this is the thing. My lawyer told me to only have communication with him. Now, this is good advice. Through email, so you have a record of everything. I can prove that I told him exactly where I am. He's pretending he doesn't know. 6 weeks later, he's suddenly so concerned and he's threatening. He keeps threatening to get an Amber Alert out for our son, that he's going to somehow get me arrested. This is something my in-laws and my ex has been trying to do. My parents too, actually, because they actually turned me over to the police. They thought I was going to be arrested and gave them my information. When that didn't work, they're acting like, well, they were just concerned. They're just so concerned about the kids, as if I wouldn't do anything for my kids, like I'm not protecting them. I'm not a narcissist. I would do anything for my children. So, I'm dealing with these people who have rewritten history. They're acting like I'm a villain, and that's very difficult because your instinct really is to set them straight, to let them know, look, this is what's happening. This is the truth. How dare you think this? But, I was talking to Joe about this, and, Joe did this, and I admire this greatly, and I'm going to do the same thing. And this is what I advised everybody to do. As Joe's dealt with his ex, he was dealing with a similar thing. She was always trying to get him arrested. In fact, she did get him arrested a few times. And I started saying earlier, I'm trying to do a video with Joe over the weekend where we talk about some of the things that men specifically have dealt with narcissistic exes, because, when my ex tried to get me arrested, when he was saying that I threw him into a wall, it didn't work because of the huge size difference between us. It wouldn't be possible. It was absurd when he tried to do that. But I knew it then, I know it now. If it was the opposite, if I had done that, if I had banged my head against the wall and the police came over and I said he did it, he would have been carted off to jail. He might have actually done real jail time if I could act well enough to convince them that this really happened. So this is a real issue that men have. I mean, Joe's in a situation now where he's a single father. His ex doesn't help at all with these kids, not one penny. His divorce keeps putting off against his will. So I really want to talk about that in a video. So hopefully we'll do that this weekend. If not, hopefully soon. If you're a man and you're dealing with issues with a narcissist, please say that in the comments, because I'd really love to hear from you. This is something I really feel like on my heart to talk about. When I first started YouTube, I was really looking at this from a female perspective, but since then, I have realized that men really, really have it bad when it comes to narcissists. I mean, women do too, believe me. Don't worry, women, I am so with you, it's horrible. But I've seen men, it just seems like, I don't know if it's just that women are better at, manipulation, or if it's that people like police officers and things like that will stand up for women more. I don't know. But I can tell you it gets really bad. And it's bad enough for women, but for men, you're on a different level. So I'm trying to deal with that. So hopefully Joe will do that with me this weekend. But what he's done with his ex is he has completely cut her off with any communication from him. He doesn't speak to her. He won't give her the satisfaction. She keeps trying to do things. She keeps trying to talk to him. She'll text him, call him. He had to go to court recently. She got right up next to him, tried to talk to him. He won't even look at her. He will not respond, nothing. And that hurts a narcissist. This is what you need to do. It's very difficult. I mean, it takes a lot of self-determination to do this, but I'm trying to follow Joe and do the exact same thing. My ex has been sending me, so he sent me this threatening email initially, 2 threatening emails telling me, he was going to get me arrested and he was going to have the kids taken away, and somehow I might have harmed the children and I'm keeping them from everybody in their life. And he's saying all these things that aren't true, trying to get me to respond, trying to get me to be afraid. He wants me to be fearful. He wants me to think, oh no, I'm going to be arrested. Oh no, my kids are going to be taken away. Oh no, that's what he wants me to do. I'm not falling for it. So I contacted my lawyer. And I actually have some things to talk about my lawyer in a minute too. Contacted my lawyer. She told me to send him a video of the kids saying the date. So I sent, actually Joe wrote it. It was actually a really good email. He wrote this email to him highlighting all the reasons I left, all his abuse, the things that he's done. And I attached some videos of the kids. Now my kids are very strong children, and they on their own, they don't want a relationship with him. And I support that. You hear me talk on my videos about how I feel about my ex, but when I came to my kids, it's a little bit different. I've had several conversations with my kids, and they know if they want to, they can have a relationship with their father. They can. It's up to them. I'm glad that they aren't, because I think he's just going to hurt them, but that is their choice. And I said it kindly. They know that it's okay. I'm not going to be upset if they do. They've chosen this on their own, and I do support it. They sent him a video saying that they don't want to have a relationship with him, that this is their choice. They're in another state by choice. They're in communication with whoever they want to be in communication with. I mean, it's true. Everything is the truth. Since I sent the email and the videos, I haven't heard from him. Now, I'm under no impression that he is just going to lay down and die. He has very wealthy parents who want to punish me. They're also narcissists. My ex-father-in-law is a narcissist, and my mother's codependent. They are angry with me because I broke the codependent rule. I said before in several videos, and this is just the best way I can describe it. I'm like a dog who left the yard. I escaped my cage. That is not allowed. I must be put back, and I must be punished. How dare I? They're going to hit me with the newspaper or something. Whatever it is they're going to do. They want me in jail. They want me in jail. That is the big thing that they're trying to do. My ex has completely rewritten history. He's done nothing wrong. I'm going to quote something he wrote in one of his emails. I don't want to put our children through any more trauma than you have already put them through since you removed them from our home. Now, he wasn't even living in the house. From our home and cut off their communication from everyone other than yourself over a month ago. Once I filed the Amber Alert, there is the potential that the kids will be separated from each other. I don't want that to happen, but I can't guarantee it. So you need to get in touch with me ASAP because I will file that Amber Alert. So these are the type of things that they do. So he hasn't talked to me lately. Ever since I sent that email, I haven't gotten any emails from him. But I'll tell you, I'm a little bit frustrated with my attorney right now. When I left New Hampshire, I wanted to file for divorce then, that day. I wanted the papers done and ready to be served to him. My lawyer told me, wait at least a month because you can prove, that way you can show a judge that he doesn't care that you took the kids out of the state. I have been trying since January 27th to get the paperwork done with my lawyer. I keep asking her. So on January 27th, I asked her about this. She said she would send me the paperwork. Nothing happened. I followed up on February 4th. Again, she said she'd get me that paperwork. I asked again yesterday. Silence. I contacted her via text twice in the last few weeks about other things. Once about taxes, and again when my ex contacted me the other day. She got back to me immediately on those issues. But I really want to get moving on this divorce. It's almost the middle of February. I'm like a month and a half behind where I even wanted to be, and she will not get in touch with me. Now, I can't afford to piss her off, but I don't know what to do. I'm very frustrated. I can't afford to hire another attorney. I'm in another state, so I'm filing from a separate state to begin with. I've been working with her since last summer, so I really, really want her to get in touch with me. I'm very upset about this. I don't even know what to do. I am sure my ex has hired an attorney. I can tell by the emails that he's written me. They're not in his words. That's not the way that he would speak. God knows what they're doing. My ex comes from an absurdly rich family. They don't have anything else to do. I mean, this is the thing with narcissists anyways. They're like a pack of hyenas. They enjoy feeding on a codependent or a former codependent or somebody they think is weaker than them, somebody that's hurt them, must be punished. They're all about revenge. I have a target on me. I know I have a target on me. So I don't know what they're doing. They can afford to hire any attorney they want. They can do whatever they want. They don't work. They have all the time in the world to just try and punish me. So I'm very concerned about this. So if anybody has any advice, please let me know. I'd really appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helps somebody. Like if you are going through this, don't be afraid. The narcissist is a very weak individual, but they will try and hurt you. So you just have to know from the get-go who they are. And remember, no response destroys them. So don't let them have the satisfaction. They want you to squirm. They want a response. For my ex, for him not knowing what I'm doing, that's torture for him. That's torture for Joe's ex. That's torture for your ex. That's really where it's at. So truly my advice is don't be afraid. No contact. Do not tell them anything. Only do the minimum that you have to do and don't let them know where you are. They will love it. They'll feed off it. Picture really, a pack of hyenas going after a vulnerable, sick animal. That's what they want to do to you. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you on Monday, hopefully with Joe and hopefully with that video that I was mentioning. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And if you're a guy, please let me know if you have any stories that you'd like to share. And I would be very interested to hear them. So I will talk to you all next week. And like I said, have a great weekend. And I will talk to you later. Bye.